Hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you've all had a great weekend. And yeah, we'll obviously be looking at the market, see what's going on. And yeah, just have a look at the past week of price action and obviously what we could expect going into next week. So if you haven't already, do make sure you drop a like on the stream. It will be very much appreciated. And let me know who we've got in the chat. Obviously, big thank you for joining on this Sunday evening. Or maybe it's morning or afternoon, wherever you are. But big thank you for joining anyway on your Sunday. And do let me know how your weekend has been. What have you been up to? Have you been trading much? Have you been doing other stuff? It will be great to know. But yeah, do let me know, and we will crack on now and look at Bitcoin. We'll look at Bitcoin first, then we'll look at ETH, we'll look at Solana, and then we'll just look at the overall market, some altcoins, and just see, obviously, what we could be looking at for next week. And we'll also discuss what happened over this weekend with Stonksy and the trading bot as well. What is your prediction on ETH Pepe? ETH at the moment is obviously having some real good strength against Bitcoin in the market. My prediction for it is, I will show you in a second. I'll pull up ETH. Mainly, we'll cover the ETH chart, but we'll also cover the ETH Bitcoin chart, which is really the telltale factor. Pepe, I think meme coins will have a resurgence, and I do think Pepe will be one of. There'll be a lot of them that don't hit all-time high again. We'll have new ones come out, and just really, I think we'll get more of a saturation into memes this time, as opposed to just it being so thinly spread. And I think Pepe, one that will definitely do well if and when we get a meme coin resurgence again. So I think obviously the lead up to a Doge ETF or just overall Doge strength will definitely help that, but we'll have a look at Pepe as well. So what did we get on Bitcoin over the weekend? Well, obviously we've had pretty much just a standard dead cat bounce. Obviously, big move down last week, didn't we, on Friday? Then bounce, consolidation, and then we've rolled over to today. Is a standard dead cat bounce. You get a lot of these patterns most of the time. When you have such an aggressive drop like this, you do tend to get this pattern. This is pretty standard, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with a dead cat bounce. But yeah, this is no surprise really that we've done this. Where it goes next, obviously we could do a few things. We could rally back up here and then obviously retest this zone where we was finding obviously resistance. Mainly, I think we will be testing this point here. So we could do that, and then potentially, obviously, if we get above here, then I expect us to maybe start filling in this, or we could roll over. I mean, we could always roll over from here and then look to maybe take the liquidity below here before bouncing. So there's a few things on Bitcoin that could play out, and obviously we need to keep an eye out on. But I do think at least a bounce up to this point from here is probably likely. We'll have to see, but I do maybe expect that to happen. But let me know what your expectations are for Bitcoin. Just ask, hello, welcome to the stream. Good evening, Wiz. How are we doing, mate? Great to see you. Great to see you, mate. Hope everyone's had a nice weekend. Let me know what you've been up to in the chat. Have you been trading? Have you been taking a break? What have you been doing? But yeah, I think as a minimum, we probably do push up on Bitcoin, and Stonksy's obviously caught the dead cat bounce and the fall off as well. I do expect to push up into here, and then from either there, I think we'll either come back down, or if we get some overall strength, then we'll start heading back up to here. Now, if we look at ETH, ETH has been really, really strong. Obviously, we've pretty much basically reversed the downside move of obviously the Bybit news on Friday. And we've held while Bitcoin has rolled over. So while obviously Bitcoin's rolled over and gone back to the downside, ETH has held up really well. So if we look at ETH, let's go and have a look at the 4-hour chart. Obviously, we've been holding this trend line upon any tests, which is good. Really, the main thing now for ETH is to sort of break this supply zone here. If we break this supply zone, then we're going for a test of this high time frame SR up here. So yeah, really simple on ETH from here again. Can play it really easily. We break above here, and you know Stonksy's got a key SR level highlighted here. We break above here and hold, and then I do expect us to trade into here. From there, we'll either push up to there, or we'll reject and maybe come and retest this point again. So again, ETH, in my opinion, anyway, is looking really, really clean. I suppose we could plot it out a bit more clear. So I think push up here, we go into here. If we hold in here, then we'll likely then start pushing back up towards 3,500, in my opinion. If we reject from there, we'll come back down for a retest here. So that's my expectations on ETH. Obviously, that is given that we break this zone. If we don't, then we could come back down and retest this again, which then would really be putting some pressure on this trend line. And then we could come for like a complete sweep, maybe, of around here. So yeah, again, much like Bitcoin, you know, there's multiple different potential outcomes, but it's really easy to trade, I think. I think it's really easy to trade. You just have to wait for the trigger. Good evening, Gold Sniper. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. Absolute legend. Then touch some grass. We'll probably close weekly on the red. Do believe a retest of 94k, says Gregor. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new. Oi, Captain. Hello, Pappy. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. But yeah, this is my thoughts on ETH anyway, heading into this week. We could get one or two things, couldn't we? We'll get one or two things. But yeah, I think overall, this is what we're dealing with for this week. Really clear. I think it's the thing with ETH as well at the moment is, in my opinion, it's a lot more clear than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we're getting obviously like a lot of just real tight consolidation, which we are on ETH as well. But for ETH, I think it's a lot more clear, given where it's at in terms of, if we break above here, we've got quite a bit of a void that we can real shoot through there. Bitcoin has got real persistent selling around 99k. So yeah, we'll see anyway. We'll see what happens. But then obviously we may as well check out. Have I got it on here still? Maybe I haven't got it. Let's go and check out ETH Bitcoin. So if we go and check out ETH Bitcoin, so obviously what I mentioned before about ETH being quite clear. Let's turn Stonksy off just for a second on this. So yeah, nothing's changed on my outlook for ETH Bitcoin. It's just obviously taking a lot longer to play out. Let me draw out this a bit more simple. So yeah, as you can see, we've got some real clear levels, and it's pretty much just level to level play, I think. So we need to obviously break this downwards trend line on ETH Bitcoin to then open up. If we break this here, I imagine that we rally up towards 0.04. Then above there, and we come and touch this trend line. Now, this trend line is real key, obviously dating back to late 2022. So, real high time frame trend line on this. If we break above there, I think we could see some maybe minor resistance up here, given that this was pretty decent SR once upon a time on ETH Bitcoin. So that could maybe be a pit stop. Maybe that is, this is the initial rip after breaking the downtrend. Then maybe this is where it halts, comes back down a bit, and then real bounces properly. But then, any sort of movement above that, then I think we're probably coming into this kind of region here. And that's it. Much like ETH, I think it's really easy to play. You just got to have your levels marked out and just wait for the triggers. So that's my feelings, and that will obviously trigger to the guy who asked my feelings on ETH or my thoughts on ETH. Obviously, we've looked at the ETH chart, but in terms of strength that we want to see against Bitcoin and in the market, this is what to look for, in my opinion. Rogue Crypto. Nothing to do with me. That you go and tell him yourself. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with my live stream. If you've got anything to bring up, go and tell him. Go and tell him yourself. I'm not a messenger for you, so don't tell me to pass on a message. So yeah, Rogue Crypto, go and tell me yourself. I'm not your messenger. Good evening, Save with Crypto. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. Nvidia results on Wednesday, so it could be volatile. Is there? Yeah, likely then. Likely. But yeah, obviously, there's nothing really. Obviously, ETH's having a good day today. ETH's having a good day today. And in terms of, obviously, ETH Bitcoin, it is pretty much basically fully retraced that capitulation candle. So maybe this is looking like potential confirmed capitulation on ETH Bitcoin now. Obviously, that's to be confirmed, which I think probably a break of this trend line could solidify it. But this is maybe looking like the final capitulation. But yeah, nothing to really get excited about yet because we've not really broke any significant level. Can you provide your thoughts on Jupiter, says Stella? I can do that for you. Hey, good evening. So you went live. Want to stop by and support real quick? Yes, Vida. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you in the chat. Yeah, big love to you, mate. Hope all is well. But yes, Stella, I can look at Jupe next. Jupe again, it's very, very easy. I think Jupe is probably one of the easiest altcoins out there at the moment. Can you tell us what we have to learn to predict markets? Any source where we can get this information and any advice? Well, the thing is, you can't predict markets. You can never predict markets. So that's the main thing. Don't try and think that you can predict markets. Basically, all you have to do is just highlight what you can decipher from the chart and then just have a plan for one way or another. So that's all you can do. So don't try and focus on trying to predict any sort of outcome. Just have an outcome outlined. So as we can see here, if I go on to ETH and I zoom in a bit on this, right? So I've got various different outcomes outlined on here now. Got various different outcomes. So you just basically wait for price to give you a trigger. That's all you can do. So you don't want to say, oh, I believe ETH will go back to 3K on Tuesday. That's not what you want to do. You just want to say, right, okay, if we break above resistance, where is it likely to trade into next? Now we look across this daily chart, and this is obviously clear previous support. Support all along here, touch there basically, drop below here, closed above, support here, and then we drop below. So if we break above this local resistance that we've got here, it's very likely that we trade into this zone again. So then you just wait for a break of resistance, or, if you're long from down here, if you're already long from a decent price, down here or wherever, then obviously, you can just leave that open if you want to. But that's all you do. Just have a plan. And if you want that bit of extra help, obviously, if you need that bit of extra help in the market, we do obviously have Stonksy indicator. So, that's the second link in the description. So you get full indicator access, you get Discord access, and you do get access to the trading bot now as well. We released a trading bot yesterday after a lot of hard work and development from the team. So that's live on BLOFIN for Stonksy users, an automated trading bot. So, if you do need that bit of extra help, you can obviously click that second link in the description and sign up to Stonksy. Full indicator access, Discord access, and bot access. So 2 ways for you there. I have been MIA. Was passing some security certs. Got them. By the way, very nice. Nice, mate. Well done. Well done. Great to hear. Well, you've come back a bit of an interesting time as well, haven't you? You've not really missed much the past 2 months. So you've definitely come back at an interesting time. Tech Walla says, yeah, you are right, but how do you learn all this? So pretty much just hard work and determination, and just experience in the market. That's all you can do, is just put the hard work in, learn all about price action, learn all about how to read price action, understanding liquidity, SR, why price behaves in a certain way. But if you do want that extra bit of help, like I said, you can sign up to Stonksy and speed up that process quite a bit, especially now we have the bot live. So I do think you would benefit from signing up to Stonksy, because you can also put any questions that you've got in the Discord server to me directly if you want. So that's the second link in the description if you want to sign up, Techwala. But like Math says as well, there's lots of tutorials on the CSE website. There's a link to the CSE website in the description too, and there is a code for how you get 80% off. So loads of content, loads of information, and plenty of tools at your disposal. Just make sure you tune into the live streams every day as well. Monday to Friday, I go live for over 2 hours a day. So if you can see here, Monday to Friday, I'm live for over 2 hours every single day. And then I do stream for an hour or so on a Sunday night. But make sure you're jumping in the live streams every week. Anyway, let's have a look at Jupiter. Someone asked me for Jupiter, so let's cover that next. Like I said, Jupiter is extremely, extremely easy, in my opinion. If you go, all you need to do is pretty much on Jupiter, just look at the daily chart. So you look at the daily chart on Jupiter, and what does it tell you? It has literally, as these arrows show you, it has just been trading in one big range for pretty much a whole year. And we've just had, obviously, another retest of that. So you've got, support / demand down here, and then up here, you've got resistance. So price comes into this level, and so far, every single time price has come into this level, it has bounced. It's never broken below, really. It's obviously wicked down, but never properly broken below. On the flip side, price comes into this upside level here. It got over here, but then obviously crashed back down. Here, and price sells off in here. So what do? Well, until price breaks the range one side or another, your risk reward is to buy here and sell here. Obviously, managing your risk and managing your position, being sensible with leverage and stuff like that. But in theory, until price shows strength or weakness, obviously in the downside case, this is the range to play. And as you can see, a lot of the time it moves quite fast, apart from like this bit here, which was obviously when Bitcoin was consolidating. It moves pretty fast a lot of the time in between this range. Now, you could even split it up. So say if you just wanted to take a level, you could just take one individual level if you wanted, instead of like boxes. I just prefer to work in zones instead of like a singular level. But if you wanted to split it up, say if we just take, for example, the middle of these zones, just say I've got one line here where 0 is and one line there. You could then even split it up. And if we're looking at that as well, so I've just took obviously the middle of this zone, and I've got drew out in the middle of this zone. Now this is the midpoint here, 0.5, which is at 96 cents. Now if we just draw a horizontal line across there, what can we see here? Well, actually, during this phase, this was pretty much, obviously, not all the time, but, price got close to this point. And while it was here, it sold off. Here, again, we can see it was support here. Here, it was a resistance. Most recently, it was resistance here again. So if you wanted to, you could even play the big range as two ranges. So that's one range. And then we break above the mid zone. And then that becomes another range. Obviously, this might look different depending on where you put your lines, or, if you prefer zones as well. It might look slightly different. But, to the naked eye, you can pretty much see that this horizontal line where I've got point drawn at the midpoint of this fib that I've drawn here, it pretty much lines up as another key level. So then you can split the big range, because this is obviously going back pretty much a year now, as one big macro range. You could then split that up into two ranges, and then you trade, when the price comes into here, you trade it into here, which worked out perfectly so far. And then if price breaks above, you can then look at trading this range towards the macro range high. And that is like so simple as well. That's so simple to do. And that is just like a really easy technique into just splitting up a macro range into smaller ranges. So then you're not waiting. Because obviously for this instance, Dupe was stuck here for between August and October. So Dupe was stuck there for 2-3 months, whatever. If you're waiting, if say you're buying down here and you're waiting to sell at the range high, you're waiting a long time there. You're basically holding on to a position for a couple of months before it got back to the range high. Where if you were then trading it as one separate range inside the macro range, you had, buying here, and then anytime it gets close to here, you sell. So then you had one sell opportunity there, you buy back here, sell again there, you buy back here. That took a bit of time to come off, but it come off, you sell again here, you buy back here, you sell again here. Okay, it's got above. I'll look to play it to the upside. Okay, maybe you get stopped out there, whatever. But then, price breaks above again here. Okay, I'll play it to the upside. There you go. Sell there. Oh, look, it come back towards here. So you sell, anytime close it gets back to here. Easy, really easy. Now, in terms of what would I expect for Dupe, this is, given that how long it's been in this range, if we see overall Solana strength, so, Solana back towards $300, potentially $400, whatever, I do expect Dupe to have a big aggressive breakout, because this looks just like a big accumulation range now. Where it goes is obviously interesting in it. Like you just don't know. But I mean, if we just take maybe like the high, to say the initial low, which was there, or you could even take it to there, whatever, if you wanted to. High, low. Yeah, we'll use there. Then look, well, the first fib level of interest is 2.5, and then the further extension is 3.6. So there'd probably be two levels I'd be keeping an eye on upon a proper breakout. But yeah, in the meantime, it's just easy range trading, and I hope that helps. If that has helped, whoever asked for dupe, I can't remember, do let me know. But yeah, make sure you drop a like on the stream, everyone. Do subscribe if you're new as well. I think there's a few new faces I've seen. So yeah, do make sure you drop a subscribe. It'd be great to welcome you back every day, or at least then you can watch the videos when they get uploaded. I uploaded a new video on Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday, and there's another one coming tomorrow. Another one, which is quite a long one as well and quite informational. Just while we're obviously looking at this, I've seen that OM has been having another bit of oh wow, yeah, wow, pretty insane, and it continues, doesn't it? The thing on this, on Friday, I said good luck to anyone trying to short this, because you just don't know when these impulse moves are going to stop. And again, is that today? Oh, well, late last night, early this morning, we've had another big impulse move of, I'm guessing, just a big market buy. And this just isn't stopping at all, is it? Just not stopping at all. Next stop, probably $10. Probably $10. So yeah, insane strength on OM again. Absolutely insane. And yeah, Stonksy caught the pumps nicely. If we go and have a look at Sol, what is Sol doing? So Sol was in a rising channel / wedge, and obviously fell out. Now again, Sol is one of them where, if we have a look, just let me turn Stonksy off again for a second. If we zoom out on Sol, again, it's like ETH pretty much, in the fact that the levels are really easy to trade. So we just zoom out on Sol, and these boxes that I've got drew out are just key SR zones. So if we do get another test here, your risk reward is solid here, unless Sol breaks below. If Sol breaks below, then it's in real trouble. But until then, the risk reward is decent for buying at the range low, in theory. And then when we approach, obviously these upside ones, we approach here. If it breaks above, okay, that's great. We've recovered that as support now. Then we'll target a move back to the next key SR. If we reject, then we're going to fall back downwards, aren't we? Very easy, very simple. But I do expect Sol to hold this 160. Potentially we get a liquidation wick on Sol. Maybe we get a liquidation wick on a day. Maybe we just get a push down to say 155 or maybe even 150 on a day, and then it just gets absorbed. Then we hold above for the daily close. But yeah, until then, there's no point trying to guess when that happens or if it even happens. I think if we get another retest, we probably wipe out this low and take the liquidity below there. But it's just basically coming again to test the SR zone. So until if and when it breaks through, then, yeah. Now, interestingly, for those of you that are interested, we do have the Bitcoin CME gap at, where did it close on Friday? 95k. So at the moment, it looks like we're going to open with a CME gap. So that would be here, which would be real nice actually, because that would sweep this liquidity here. So maybe this lines up, just looking at obviously the CME, where CME will open. I think potentially that lines up for something like this for like throughout tonight and tomorrow. Is push up into here, roll over, close the gap, sweep this low here, then get back above, and then give a serious attempt at going back to the upside then. Looking at the CME gap and obviously the chart, that is probably a decent shout, I think. What does everyone else think? Let me know in the chat what you think. Let's label this. Steve-O, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Big thank you for joining. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream, guys, and subscribe and follow if you're new. Would be very, very appreciative of you. But yeah, so that's obviously ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, Dupe covered. Let me know in the chat what else you'd like me to cover. But yeah, as mentioned before, the Stonksy bot did go live on Saturday as well. So we do obviously have the Stonksy bot in use for users. So if you do want to take advantage of that and join that, then you sign up for Stonksy if you haven't already. Pepe, I can do Pepe. Pepe. So again, Pepe is pretty easy at the moment because it is in this. I think we could make this channel a lot smaller. Yeah, let's make it smaller. Pretty much it's in this high time frame diagonal here. Now, in theory, we want Pepe to hold this. We really want Pepe to hold this in terms of, you know, keeping a potential bullish outlook for it. Pepe needs to hold. So where would we be going? Well, obviously, firstly, we'd be targeting a move back up to this high time frame key level. That would be the first target. Obviously, breaking above local resistance here, where it's finding trouble. But in terms of high time frame, this yellow line, if we get above this yellow line, then we'd probably head towards here. And then above there is probably here. And that's really all we need to look at for the meantime. Yeah. Now the danger for Pepe is if we break below. So if we break below this channel, I think we probably come and sweep this wick, but it wouldn't be a good outlook because then we'll have broken through high time frame diagonal support. So really, we'd probably be looking at here, I think. So if we obviously break down through the diagonal, I'll be looking at there, and then like another trip towards here. But until that happens, there's nothing to suggest at the moment that's going to happen, because yeah, it's holding it's in the diagonal and it's holding. So nothing major to suggest that yet. But yeah, that's where we're at. So again, hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped. Lots of sentiment among YouTubers that Bitcoin is on the verge of a big breakout. Wonder if that means it'll take longer. Yeah, it will just break out when it's ready, won't it? It'll just break out when it's ready. I think it's sort of kind of like desperation, isn't it, more than anything? I think people are desperate for it to break out now because altcoins have been so bad. But I do expect it to break out in March, personally, Math, do you? I do expect it to break out in March. I'm logged into my BLOFIN and trying to find the bot. Would you mind walking through? Yeah, sure, Stella. Yeah, so you need to do two things. So the first thing is you need to sign up for Stonksy. So that is the second link in the description. So I'll put it in now for you in the chat. But it's the second link in the description when it says Stonksy Trading Wizard. So you need to sign up for that. That would obviously go on this page here, start now. And then, yeah, obviously select the monthly, annual, or lifetime, whichever one you want. This is fiat payments. Then you can pay with crypto on these buttons here on a crypto payment portal. But if there isn't the network or asset you want to pay for available on there, just click the hyperlinked email address button here and just say, hi, I want this plan and I'd like to pay with this. So I know for a fact, just for example, on this button here, you can't pay on Tron. So you'd say, hi, I want to go with the monthly plan and I'd like to pay with USDT on Tron, just as an example. We can still do that for you. You'll just have to drop us an email. When you've done that, then you will get access to the Stonksy indicator, and then you will get access to the Discord as well, as long as you give us your Discord username in the order. If not, we'll ask you for it. But then, yeah, basically, you'll just tell us your BLOFIN user ID. Now, you'll have to be on the Stonksy BLOFIN affiliate. So again, that's in the description. You're already in Stonksy. Well, for anyone who's not in Stonksy, that's a little tutorial for you on how to sign up. Okay, all right, okay. So you're already in Stonksy. Well, you just drop me a DM on Discord. So obviously you'll have seen me in there. I'm Dave. I post in general and the announcements and stuff like that. Obviously, you'll see me in there. So just drop me a DM on Discord. Just give me your Stonksy, the email that's tied to your Stonksy account, and your BLOFIN user ID number. So it's the long number when you click on your BLOFIN profile. Just DM me those two things. I need your email tied to Stonksy and your user ID on BLOFIN, and then I can add you in. And then, yeah, you'll either get an email off BLOFIN, or if not, you just go on the copy trade section, type in Stonksy bot, and then you'll be able to join. But we need your user ID number because it's locked. So we need to obviously give your user ID access. And yeah, obviously anyone else who's interested in joining Stonksy and getting on the trading bot, we'll be able to do that for you. Or every user gets access to the bot. So yeah, sign up to Stonksy, sign up to BLOFIN with the Stonksy affiliate. And then, yeah, you're all set to go then once you give us your information. Good day, chat. Good day, Brucey. Hope you've had a good weekend, mate. But yeah, while we're here, I'll just cover BNB quickly. BNB, again, is another real simple one. We pretty much just need to break above this trend line. There is some kind of you could draw SR on there as well, around there if you wanted to, but given that that's squeezing up so much close to the diagonal now, I think it's more important that we properly break this diagonal, and then here will be a challenge. So we need to break this diagonal, head up towards here where Stonksy's got key SR drawn. Then if we break above that, we're probably heading to new all-time highs on BNB. But yeah, that's BNB. Apart from that, there's probably not been much movement. I mean, obviously we've got a few S. Oh wow, so Sonic. There we go. So the plans that we had on Sonic come through quite decently, didn't it? As we can see here, if we broke above the white line, I was expecting a push higher. We broke above the white line and then went up to 99 cents. And what would I be expecting from Sonic from here? Well, as long as we hold above here, so we come down, dropped a bit, but we are holding this as support now. Really strong as well, isn't it? It's really strong. It's had a, what's it had here? It's had nearly a 3x, hasn't it? Well, just over a 2x, really. But yeah, nice, nice PA on it. So yeah, what we want to keep an eye on. But that's pretty much it. Obviously, we're waiting for tomorrow. Will be interesting because obviously we'll see what reaction the Asian market gives when the Asian market opens, and then obviously we'll have a CME gap opening down here, and then obviously the stock market sold off very aggressively on Friday because of the the news of a new virus in China. So that caused this aggressive sell-off on the S&P 500 on Friday, which didn't help the whole situation with Bitcoin, because obviously it was feeling a lot of pressure because of the sell-off in the stock market, and then obviously the Bybit news hit. So it was a double whammy really for crypto on Friday. But we're still above $95,000 after all that. So to me, that is quite bullish, I think. DM sense. Okay, no, it showed a 1 minute for trades. Yeah, I can do that. Scale Network is my new one I'm loading up on. Well, hopefully, Steve-O, you make lots of nice money. So someone wants to see the 1 minute. Yeah, so the 1 minute is good for scalping. Really good for scalping, as you can see here. Caught a real nice drop today. Then the bounce back up, push up again. Nice drop here. And then we do get sort of these short-lived ones. But as you can see here, another good example. It really thrives as well in, as you can see here, another real nice sequence of trades. But it real thrives in the volatility. As you can see here, when Bitcoin was pushing down, got a real nice sequence of shorts. But while Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing, it catches the moves as well. As you can see here, I'm guessing this was on the push back to the upside. It caught the small drops, but then the big key pushes back up for scalping. But if we go and have a look, let's have a look at US Open on Friday. As you can see here on US Open on Friday, we caught the monster drop. Oh no, sorry, that was after US Open, weren't it? Oh yeah, because that's when it started selling off, wasn't it? An hour after. Monster drop, then the push back up again, and then yeah, we started selling off. Now, the 3 minute is also good for this as well. So for you scalpers out there, the 3 minute is also good scalping time frame. So yeah, that's the 1 minute for you, for the guy who asked. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing this potential outcome. Again, it's one potential plan of many, but we'll see how it goes. Buy its best during market open on weekdays, right? It's really good leading into. So you'll have seen, if you go back and have a look on the chart, you'll have seen the past few sessions we've been getting decent movement on Bitcoin leading into the US Open, and then obviously on the US Open we get lots of volatility as well. But particularly the past few days, the past few sessions we've been getting pumps into the Open, and then obviously reversing them after the Open. So yeah, it's been really good for that as well the past few weeks, because we've been getting movement before, like in the hour or two before market open as well. Something to keep an eye on as well for this week is, I don't know if he's bought or not, but Saylor was getting his hands on another 2.3 billion. Now he did put something out. He put something out saying, obviously he put the tracker out, which normally means that they're buying or they've bought. Now to me, unless he was trying to absorb this, which I think we would have got much better absorption if he was buying into this selling pressure. I think we'd have got a lot better absorption and the price would have stayed afloat a lot better. And again, if we look here, unless this was him, but again, I think this was just standard dead cat bounce pattern, pretty much just organic market doing its thing. Potentially he's yet to unload. Now we'll probably find out tomorrow if he's bought or not. If he hasn't, we could expect a nice little grind up higher on Bitcoin, because he was raising up to 2.3 billion to buy more, which I would expect us to potentially definitely break above this low time frame resistance, and potentially could take us into filling this downside move. But we'll have to see. If they've already bought, I can't see anywhere on the chart where they'd have bought, unless this was him. But I think the move back to the upside would have been a bit more aggressive, with him unloading 2.3 billion onto the market, just twat buying. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Again, this just looks like an organic bounce after a severe drop. So yeah, we'll see anyway. Really, we want him not to have bought, because if he hasn't, then he's obviously got the funds to take us back to the upside. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who's joined tonight. Do make sure you drop a like. If you are new, subscribe. Or if you're viewing on X, do make sure you drop a follow. And head over to the YouTube as well. The YouTube link is in the bio. Do drop me a subscription, because yeah, I go live for 2-3 hours every single day through the week, and then once for an hour on a Sunday evening. But yeah, loads of content on the Stonksy channel. Obviously, I published a new video on Friday here. And yeah, there'll be another long video. I think it's about 18 minutes long, coming tomorrow as well. So yeah, do make sure you head over and come and join me for the lives every day. But yeah, watch these videos if you would as well. Would appreciate it. But yeah, hope you've all had a nice weekend. Evening, Mike. You've just caught me as I'm finishing up, mate. But hope you've had a good weekend. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you in tomorrow's live, mate. And I'll see you in the Discord as well, because we will be holding a lounge meeting. Tan Superman says, thinking of getting Stonksy. You should definitely, mate. In my opinion, of course. You get full indicator access. You get access to the Discord server, and we have now released the trading bot to users as well, which is on BLOFIN. So yeah, we released that yesterday after a lot of developments, obviously a lot of testing, a lot of hype. So that's now in its beta phase, and yeah, we'll be obviously ramping up. We'll be ramping that up real fast. But yeah, that's, you know, there's a trading bot as well as part of the package now. So yeah, obviously, in my opinion, I think you should definitely come and give us a go. You'll find, obviously, you're watching on X, aren't you? So the link to the Stonksy website is in the X bio. You can pay with fiat, or you can pay with crypto. So when you click the link in the X bio, it'll take you to the home page. Just click on the Start Now button here. Then if you click any of these buttons, that'll take you to pay with fiat. Then there is a crypto payment portal here. But if there's not the assets, so for instance, I know I mentioned it before, but if you wasn't in for that, you can't pay on Tron on here. So if you click this email hyperlink here and just say, hi, I want to pay for, say, a month, or I want to buy annual, and I want to pay on USDT on Tron, then we'd send you a wallet address for that. Just as an example, because it does cover, I think it covers, off the top of my head, I think this covers a lot of EVM networks, I think. But yeah, no, it doesn't cover Tron. So just as an example. Yeah, it'd be great to see you in the Discord, mate. What does Stonksy measure? Measures market momentum. Obviously, to the upside and the downside. So obviously, these background color changes are long and short opportunities that Stonksy's seen in the market. Then you do get automated SR lines plotted. So these red lines and these green lines automatically plotted by Stonksy. Then there's other ones, such as we do have an oscillator, but this is getting completely revamped. So obviously we've just released a trading bot, which took a lot of development, but this is next up on the list for an upgrade to users. And we do roll out all these upgrades for free. We've rolled out, I think, 3 upgrades so far in terms of Stonksy adding features and just upgrading features, and they come all free to users as well. So you have plenty of reasons to join Stonksy. But yeah, like I said, you get access to the Discord as well, which is really handy. But yeah, that's all for today's stream. Big thank you to everyone who's joined. Tan Superman, obviously hope to see you over at Stonksy. Be great to welcome you in. And to anyone else watching that's thinking about getting Stonksy, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll find it as the second link in the description. If you're watching on X, the link is in the X bio. And do make sure you sign up to BLOFIN as well. I'll put that in the chat now. The best non-KYC exchange. So you just sign up with an email. And that's obviously where we host the trading bot now. So that's there for you. But yeah, big thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening or daytime. And I'll catch you for tomorrow's stream, where we have Justin back on, as usual, every Monday, to look at the market and see what might be happening for the week ahead. So yeah, catch you all then. Bye-bye.